Shalom. Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar, coming at you with another quick lesson. And right before I get into this lesson, this message or these videos goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, and also to the Israelite foreigners that scattered amongst the heathen nations and that may take on the physical appearance or look of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. Shalom. So basically, as you can see, I had this video queued up on the screen, okay, which is all one of the beloved brothers amongst the ministry that's in the faith. As you can see, his channel, the Hopeful Elect 3, okay, and it says, the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, when it comes to majority of you women here in America, okay, especially the tribes, man, okay, which I'm gonna play the video. Yeah, because we coming to the time of Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, okay, which is known as Jacob's trouble. And, you know, right before the troublesome times come, the Lord have his prophets, okay, start with the men, mainly the men, okay, that's out there on the highways and byways, and this word being pushed by the way of the internet, okay, to teach repentance, okay, to you tribes, man, when it comes to you Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, okay, to leave off from these false gods, okay, idol worship, okay, hedonistic customs, okay, being contrary to the laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, because we're coming to the time, once again, of Jacob's trouble, okay, which is going to lead to this place ultimately being destroyed by the way of thermonuclear missiles at the peak of the Third World War, also during the time of who the world called Christ, Yahweh Shai's second coming, by the way of the chariots, okay, what the world called UFOs, and the only ones that's going to be redeemed is the elect, which considered the 144,000 and the 1/3, okay, of men, women, and children of the elect, okay, because 2/3, according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, gonna be cut off and judged, okay, when it comes to you tribes, man, okay, you know, start with the men, okay, but mainly, you know, a lot of the 2/3 amongst, you know, when it comes to you women, okay, that's gonna be judged, man, okay, and we come in a time of civil unrest, race wars, clash wars, martial law, detention centers, deportation, okay, containment, okay, all that's part of Jacob's trouble, man, okay, famine, pestilence, okay, hey, but for years, this government, okay, as we say, Big Daddy government, always been, you know, planning, have, you know, hands out or pacifying majority of you American women, but now we starting to see the struggle is coming, okay, a lot of aid is about to be cut, okay, such as, you know, Section 8, EBT, you know, food stamps, okay, alimony, okay, when there's always been a handout to you women, okay, when it comes to, you know, majority of our women that trust in this place, okay, in the financial system, okay, under Esau Edom rulership, okay, the so-called white race and this government, okay, but now you're starting to see Trump, okay, cutting a lot of aid off, okay, when it was, you know, gimmies, okay, or freebies, okay, when it comes to you women that benefit the most, okay, it will now be coming to the point, it's all going to revert back to you women have to, you know, especially you Israelite women, will have to come back and acknowledge your sins, acknowledge your heritage, and the knowledge that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to set up the men, okay, to be a guide, okay, to you women, okay, to be a protection in the times ahead, man, okay. But let me go ahead and play this video, and I pray the lesson is edifying.
more Section 8, no more SNAP benefits. What that mean? That means y'all niggas in trouble, bro. Y'all in trouble, bro. In 2026, all you gonna see is females and kids under the bridge panhandling. That's all you gonna see. It's over. It's over. Trump pulling the plug. And you know what? I ain't mad. I go to work every day. I got taking taxes out. I don't even know these people. They get to stay home all day. And this ain't to the people that can't do nothing. This ain't to the disabled people, the people that can't do nothing. I ain't speaking to y'all. I'm speaking to the females, because men don't really get benefits. I'm speaking to the dirty females who be home all day with they stink kids, fronting on real men that work every day, acting like they got the bag. You got the government. You don't got the bag. Now look, it's over. Now y'all all on TikTok crying and I don't know what to do. Shut up. Figure it out. It's over.
You know, like the individual been going into, man. Okay, a lot of these women, especially our women, they got, been comfortable here for years. Okay, they had the attitude that, single parent and Miss Independent. Okay, they don't need a man. Okay, a lot of these women, okay, don't have, multiple children from different men, and they just see, these children as another way of funding, okay, or check, okay, especially when it comes to, certain benefits, when it comes to EBT or SNAP programs, Section 8, that a lot of these women, okay, got to be single parent, okay, and they use their children as a scapegoat, okay, or to, when it comes to them really not to have to take care of responsibility. Okay, a lot of these children growing up in these single parent homes and growing up to be, misfits, or as they say now, YNs, okay, because there's no father in the home, okay. And you got, certain cases, it is both parents, okay, but a lot of those households, okay, don't have the notion or to have benefits given to them, okay, because they got their father, okay, when it comes to a nuclear family, okay. But a lot of these single parents, okay, these our women, okay, all they want to do is use their kids as another paycheck, okay, want to whore around out and about in the streets, okay, and got the government backing them up, okay. They don't have to, they not working, okay, they lounging all day, okay, and all that's about to be done away with, man, okay. And we come to the time of a financial crash when it comes to the system, man, okay. And eventually, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 about to take place, okay. The RFID microchip being implemented. That's going to replace the physical dollar, okay. As this place is going to, in the world, is moving towards a cashless society in a digital format of the next currency, okay. And that's going to be the next way of monetary gain, okay. But we seeing this government is already, bringing the squeeze through different executive orders or acts, okay. Just had Trump a couple of months ago push the big beautiful bill, okay, cutting out a lot of financial aid or benefits when it comes to you Americans, okay, because not only our people, about to feel it, but all you Americans, man, that's on certain benefits, man, okay. We still in the government shutdown, okay. What else? The whole Doge situation, okay, under Elon Musk, okay, when it comes to the financial situation, a lot of things being cut out. AI, technology taking over a lot of these jobs, okay, which majority of you women, okay, when the women that do work, okay, and some of the women, they work and still get, government fund or aid, okay, but a lot of these jobs are being cut now, okay, when it comes to you women, okay, and on top of that, the benefits, okay, when it comes to, the this government, man. Okay. Hey, so now we coming in the time now, man, when all hell is about to break loose. And who gonna catch it the most? You women. Okay. And the Lord only gonna deliver the elect. Okay, when it comes to men, women, and children of the nation of Israel. Okay. And they start with the men. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. I'm gonna open up with Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9, and it says, "Raise up, you women that are at ease, hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech." Okay, and it comes to the prophets. Okay, the voice of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Okay, but majority of our women, they scoff and scorn against the prophets. Okay, and like lately, okay, all a couple of months now. Okay, you got a compilation of videos of the tribes, you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, talking about, coming against the Hebrew Israelites, debunking the Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites are, cult, which the word cult mean to worship. Okay, or they false. Okay, it's the false, religion, which the word religion mean to worship. Okay, they just grumpy men. Okay, that's out there. Okay, they're screaming. They hate black women. They don't like so-called white race or, because a lot of our people, they still look up to Esau Edom being God, man. Okay, especially these women. Okay, they're still into all these churches. Okay, these black Christians, they're coming against the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, or you got former members or, individuals that have been amongst the Hebrew Israelites or a certain organization, and they got disenchanted and they left. So now they're responding with their videos of how, it was a tragic experience for them and, coming against, the Hebrew Israelites. Okay. Yeah, but now we come to the time that comfortability when it comes to majority of you women of our tribe, because the Lord don't give a damn about these heathen nations. Okay, and they, like I said, they about to suffer too. Okay, the Edomite women and all these heathen nation women that's over here that, okay, like the brother say on it, okay, or the individual that said on the TikTok video or the video that the brother put up. Okay, he been saying that they on TikTok now. These women just vexation and crying and venting. Okay, about how things are getting worse and worse financially and things getting cut. Okay, so now is the time. These people, starting with these women, ain't at ease no more. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled at the coming of Jacob's trouble. Ye careless women, for the venture shall fail. The venture is going to the aid. Okay, this government at this time. The gathering shall not come. Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be ye troubled, ye careless ones. Scrip you and make you bare and grad sackcloth among your loins. Yeah, because we come in the time of mourning. Okay, we come in the time of, like I said, the race wars, the class wars, civil wars, the Third World War. A lot of the Negro, Latino, Native American men gonna be judged. Okay, gonna be a shortage of men. Okay, which gonna lead to Isaiah chapter 4 and 1. Okay, 7 women should take a hold of 1 man. Okay, and an elect man at that. Okay, when it comes to those of the men that's in the faith and is doing the work. Okay, and that believing. Okay, the elect men. Okay, and it says, they shall lament for the teaks in the pleasant fields for the fruitful vine. Okay, so they're going to lament. Okay, mourn. Okay, crying out for help, aid. Okay, but now this government is coming to the point of giving you the cold shoulder. Okay, to say, okay, when it comes to you women here in America, especially you Negro, Latino, and Native American women. Okay, because this government through Esau Edom, agenda. Okay, they always set up these women. Okay, to weaponize these women, really. Okay, to come against the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men. Okay, and that's part of the curses as well. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 16 through 68. And the Lord punish us as a nation. Okay. That to one of the curses, the Lord got the women against us. Okay. The tribes divided. Okay. The hatred. Okay. That men have for each other amongst our tribe. Okay. And the women, as the scripture says. Okay. When it comes to the curses, man. Just, read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 16 through 68, man. Showing you that who fit the curses today and that we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Okay. When it comes to the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Okay. And us being oppressed. Okay. But now we come to the point of the return by the way of the truth being pushed. Okay. And the word gathering the elect. And at the same time, this word going to condemn 2/3 of our people, man. Okay. When it comes to their non-belief. Okay. And their wickedness that they want to furthermore continue on. Like I said earlier, they're trusting in these false gods, man. Okay. Let's get this. 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they had cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torment. Okay, it going to you tribes, man. Okay, especially when all hell break loose, and Lord move his men off the highways and byways, and his word off the internet, bringing in the famine of the word. Okay, Amos 8 and 11. Okay, then when our people gonna want to seek, okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, but this is the time now. Okay, before all hell break loose, or before the Lord bring judgment. Okay, for such as in their life they have received benefits and have not known me. Okay, especially you women at this time, receiving all the government funds. Okay, and not relying on their men. Okay, or relying on the true power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, and they that had lost my law while they had yet liberty, when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it at the death by pain. And that's going into the nation of Israel, the 2/3, and and mainly you women. Okay, like I say, the men. Okay, but you have more women, the ratio on women, where it's 7 to 1 here on the earth. Okay, so you got more women than men. Okay, because that's how the Lord set it up. Okay, and the Lord have multiple women, because eventually, when it comes to men, okay, men, which in this kingdom they push that you only can have one woman, but eventually, it's gonna go back to the ancient days. Once again, Isaiah 4 and 1, 7 women taking hold of one man, because a man can have multiple wives, man. Okay, but this society, is so backwards and corrupt. Okay, they always teach have push that a man only can have one woman. The woman can provide on her own. Like I say, trusting in this government. Okay, so end up with a bunch of confusion. Okay, that's why this place is known as, also in the scriptures, when it comes to this place, America, Babylon the Great. Okay, which means confusion. Babylon means confusion. Okay, but when it comes to 2/3 of our people, okay, start with like I say, men. Okay, but there's gonna be judgment amongst men, women, and children. Okay, when it comes to the 2/3, man, and eventually they're gonna come back in the kingdom, being sons and daughters of the elect. Okay, once Yahweh Shai established the kingdom. Okay, yeah, Ezekiel 9 and 4, going to how those marked them that sigh and cry. Okay, let's get that real quick. Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh by Shemawashai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, that word mark there, when you go into the blue letter in the Hebrew, tawab, meaning exempt from judgment. Okay, another way saying the elect. Okay, start with the men. Okay, the 144,000 and the 1/3 that's destined to be saved. And also the elect lady or the elect women, okay, that's going to be delivered. okay, amongst the 1/3, okay, and children as well, okay, when it comes to the household of the elect, okay. And it says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. And it's going into the 2/3, the Lord going to bring judgment upon, okay. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, okay, so that, the Lord bringing judgment on men, women, and children of the 2/3. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay, so going into the Lord delivering the elect, but bringing judgment upon the 2/3 of our people. Okay, so the Lord ain't discriminate. Okay, hey, because they always got this saying, here in America, women innocent. Okay, hey, a lot of these women, they do all type of crimes, heinous crimes, and get away with it. Okay, these women, especially our women, they'll murder their children or they men, and they get a slap on the wrist. Okay, they might not get that much time. Okay, they all do some type of heinous crime. Okay, and still get, the privilege. Okay, but all this is soon to be taken away with, done away with. Okay, and the Lord is bringing back manhood. Okay, and ain't gonna be no more women worship, women empowerment, queen of heaven worship, women being put on the pedestal. Okay, now it's gonna be a great humbling for you, coming for you women. And let's get this. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, especially, in this case, you women, okay? And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay, and that's going into the elect men. Okay? That's going to be made precious. Okay? In the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? Also the hopeful elect men. The Lord is going to be with us, man. Okay? And women going to have to follow suit. Once again, Isaiah 4:1. Okay? So the Lord said he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Okay? In that time, it ain't going to be, I don't need no man. Okay? When it comes to you women, I can do all bad by myself, which a lot of them is going to be bad all by themselves in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? Especially they don't got to elect men. Okay? To be their covering. Okay? Let me see. And let's go back to Isaiah 32 real quick at the beginning of the chapter. And I'll probably get ready to close. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2. A man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers or water in a dry place, and as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Okay, and so that's how precious Yahweh Shema Shah gonna make his men in the times ahead, man. The times that we coming into. Okay, the Lord said his men gonna be a hiding place. Okay, a covert. Okay, for you women. Okay, and Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna be our cover. Okay, our hiding place. Okay, us are the hopeful elect, man. Okay, let me see. Let's Hey, let's get this. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 17. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling, and with carefulness. Okay, now you ain't about to see that. Okay, of course to say this, start with the men. Okay, all these tribes, all these nations about to feel the wrath of the Lord now. Okay, when it comes to this financial system, or when it comes to the lack of food, the lack of resources, the lack of benefits. Okay, but especially you women. Okay, it ain't gonna be no more you can use your, EBT food stamp card and power the grocery cart shop, grocery cart up, okay, with all type of GMO foods, abominable foods, okay, and have it stored and refrigerated for months, okay. When it comes to food, okay, or certain, like I say, financial aid, okay, in this case going into food, because they're the main thing, okay, they're one of the priority thing that people have to have, okay, food, okay, and shelter, okay, but a lot of that's getting cut now. And it says, verse 19, and say unto the people of the land, thus say the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel, they shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment. Yeah, so ain't gonna be no more splurging, okay, when it comes to like I say, overeating, okay, especially our women. I just seen a post a couple of days ago that a brother put up that over here in America, the so-called black woman is leading the category or the status in obesity, man. Okay. Yeah, so it ain't gonna be no more guttiness or eating 3 or 4, 5 times a day, or going to these restaurants and getting all these expensive foods, or going to McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King every day. Okay, situations and stuff like that, man. Okay, so that's what they're going into when it says, eat that food, thy bread, the food, with carefulness. Okay, be more concerned now, man. Okay, drink thy water with astonishment, man. Okay, going into the food. Okay, and also the aid. Okay, at this place on the verge of collapsing, man. Okay, and it says that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein. Okay, when it comes to eventually this place, America. Okay, total collapse. Okay, and when it comes to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be with His elect. Okay, us are the hopeful elect. Okay, because the Lord said that His servant is going to eat, His servant is going to drink, His servant is going to rejoice, His servant is going to be covered. Okay, in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, the majority of our people, okay, starting with your women, amongst the 2/3, man. Okay, they're gonna be judged. Okay, and women that's out there, the hopeful elect women, that's starting to get a little bit of sense. Okay, I say, or starting to see things happening. Okay, and starting to acquiring about this word. Okay, eventually they're gonna wake up, and the Lord gonna provide them. Okay, with a man. Okay, eventually being delivered. Okay, or the hopeful elect. Okay, but it's about to get worse for here on out, man. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the lesson here, and I pray that the lesson will edify. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.